Over the years, several professional wrestlers have taken their acting skills to the next level away from the ring to the big screen. From Goldberg and the Great Khali in The Longest Yard to Stone Cold Steve Austin in The Expendables, it started becoming more and more common to see WWE stars in movie theaters. However, since the mid-2010s, only 3 wrestlers have had a prominent career in Hollywood: John Cena, Dave Bautista, and of course, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, all 3 of which I'm a fan of. And in case you didn't know, ever since I was 9 years old, I've been a relatively big fan of professional wrestling too. So because of that, I root for guys like Cena in Hollywood. It makes me happy when someone like him gets cast in multiple movies, playing a larger role, if not starring. Plus, outside of the wrestling fandom aspect, I think all 3 of these wrestler-turned-actors are extremely talented. Now, some may not be convinced of The Rock's acting range yet, but I'm betting that'll change when The Smashing Machine comes out in 2025. What I find so strange though is how long it's been since any WWE wrestler has broken out in Hollywood as a solidified movie star. As stated, it's been since the mid-2010s when Batista got cast as Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy and John Cena when he starred in Blockers and Bumblebee. But outside of these 3 megastars, nobody else from WWE has been able to break out in Hollywood since. Until Roman Reigns, otherwise known as Joe Anoa'i. At the moment, Roman is still widely considered the biggest star in professional wrestling, and ever since his face turn at SummerSlam in August, Roman's stock is likely at an all-time high. What you may not realize though is that while away from WWE, Roman was busy filming a new movie called Good Fortune. Nobody has a single clue what his role will be or how big it is, but on IMDb he's listed in the 4th row for this film, which means he's probably not one of the top stars like Keanu Reeves or Seth Rogen. Regardless, he should have a somewhat prominent character in the movie. After all, the only photo we have of this film so far is this one, which literally just shows Roman. No Keanu Reeves, no Seth Rogen, no Keke Palmer, etc. Which begs the question, is this low-key going to be Roman's breakout film to Hollywood stardom? Between the amount of time he's taken off the last couple of years, maybe for Hollywood transition prep, to how big of a star this man truly is, all signs point towards a career in which acting overtakes his time as a wrestler. Looking at Roman's filmography, the only actual movies he's had roles in thus far is Hobbs and Shaw and The Raw Missy. Both were limited roles too, and obviously we haven't seen him in anything since, as he spent a ton of time working in WWE the last 5 years to cement himself as the #1 wrestler in the world. But now it appears Roman is ready to take that next step towards Hollywood fame and move away from pro wrestling for good. These other guys in WWE like the McIntyres, Ortons, Cody Rhodes, CM Punks of the world, they have no future in Hollywood. Their future is professional wrestling, then retirement. I know guys like Drew McIntyre are in Batista's new movie, The Killer's Game, but come on, I feel like his role will be on the same level as Boban's in John Wick 3. Then we'll never see him again in another movie. Whereas Roman seriously looks like a wrestler-turned-actor contender to take Hollywood by storm, just like The Rock, Batista, and John Cena. In fact, he's the first legitimate candidate to make it big in Hollywood from WWE since John Cena. So what do I think? Is Joe Anoa'i destined for a huge Hollywood career? Some people have argued no. They say if he was leaving WWE and going to Hollywood full-time, he would be in more movies by now. But if I had to guess, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say he'll get there. He might not have the massive future career that Dwayne Johnson, Cena, and Batista have built for themselves in LA, but I think he'll make a solid living for himself in Hollywood. Unlike Steve Austin, who originally I thought could be an acting megastar, but fizzled out in the 2010s. On the other hand, there are reasons to believe Roman could break out in Hollywood soon. As mentioned, he's taken a lot of time away from the company the past few years. When bigger stars began doing this, like Cena for instance, it meant Hollywood was on the horizon. Secondly, also as mentioned, Roman is the biggest star in pro wrestling right now. It's been that way for 4 years. I'd argue he's the company's biggest star since John Cena was in his prime. At the very least, megastars in WWE are usually given a chance at Hollywood fame, like Stone Cold once was. I don't see why the most popular wrestler in the world, who's on the same level of popularity as The Rock and John Cena when they were with the company, wouldn't be handed an opportunity at Hollywood Stardom too. Plus, it's not like Roman has nothing in store on the big screen. He has the Good Fortune movie coming out, along with a film titled Action Force. I'm sure more will follow. Finally, he's related to Dwayne Johnson. That really tells you all you need to know. Even if Roman doesn't break out immediately in Hollywood, he has Dwayne in his corner, one of the highest paid actors in history. So that gives him the upper hand on previous wrestlers who've attempted an acting career. The only question remaining now is, can Roman be a good actor? Does he have the skills to eventually land starring roles like The Rock, Batista, and Cena have all done many times? Well, clearly, Roman is very talented on the mic. He went from being horrendous in 2014 to one of the best in the business now, which is huge. Whether or not he can play anything outside of that intimidating meathead role remains to be seen. But back in 2013, when Batista starred in Riddick, I didn't think he could play a comedic character like Drax, and had no idea he would eventually pull off serious roles like we saw in Blade Runner 2049 or Knock at the Cabin. So maybe Roman starts out doing a few villainous, action-heavy, dumb roles, and over time, gets better work to show off a matured skill set in the coming 5 to 7 years. But I'm curious what you think. Not sure how many of you watch WWE or AEW for that matter, but do you think there's a good chance Roman will get to Hollywood and leave WWE in the dust? Let me know in the comments. This has been a lot of fun too. I really enjoy breaking down an actor's future career path. So also let me know if you would like me to do more videos talking about actors and their career path trajectories. Anyway guys, that's it for me today. Thank you all so much as always for watching this video. If you haven't done so already, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you guys all next week for a couple of fun videos, including this Uncharted video, which I've been meaning to put out the last few months, but I finally got around to it, so look forward to that next week. See you then.